Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now today we're going to continue our invasion of the Empire, but first we need to fight this defensive battle with Malabad. If you remember at the end of the last episode, we finished his movement just outside the settlement of Einhart in Reikland, and during the end turn phase, the army stationed inside, as well as the town garrison, have come out to attack us. Now it's going to be an interesting fight, because in terms of experience, my army is much more experienced than the enemies, but they do have some interesting units, including Demigryph Knights, Empire Knights, and also the Temple Half Luminarch, sitting right here. Now of course we'll be fighting the town garrison as well, but I'm not that concerned about them. It's mainly the elite units like the Demigryphs I'm a bit concerned, but we'll have to see how the battle goes. Now, one thing in the enemy's favour is the fact that we ended things last time in foot march stance, so all my army is already tired, but hopefully that's not going to be enough to swing things too far in the enemy's favour. So, let's fight the battle and see how we do. So here we are everyone at the Battle of Einhart, as my army has set themselves up ready to receive the enemy charge. Now you can see Bolger's here on the front line, ready to lead by example, while right behind him is our damsel Lorraine. And I know I've talked about it in a previous episode, but I really like the purple and black colour scheme that Mixu has chosen for the damsels in the faction. They just look really cool and work together. In fact, I would love to do this for a Sisters of Battle army at some point in the future. They're one of the five I should say, Warhammer 40k armies I would love to collect on the tabletop once the new codexes come out. But yeah, I just think it looks really cool with that unique colour, and certainly stands out from the more duller colours of the, men-at-arms here and even the Graveguard in the back. But you may be thinking to yourself, if I sweep around the battlefield here, where is Malabad? Well, he's over here in the front. Now, as the army was deploying, what I'm picturing in my head is that he sees this brash Archlector convoy running in front of the army to get closer and engage. And he spies not just an opportunity, but wants to put this upstart in his place. So as he comes forward on his hippogriff, which, again, if we go over here a second, just looks really cool with the colour scheme, doesn't it? Not only that, but I like the fact that they've gone for quite a dark colour. I mean, when I actually fought this, I could have swore the hippogriff was black. It does look black in certain lights, anyway. But anyway, he's heading forward, but we've sent Aucassin with him as well, just to keep an eye on the proceedings. At the end of the day, we do have a full bunch of units heading over towards us, and Malabad is quite exposed out here by himself. So Aucassin is just keeping an eye on the enemy army, who are going to obviously spot an opportunity to go after my commander. You can actually see up here the mortars coming down, raining shots down in the bat duel around him. But luckily we are single models, so we don't have to worry too much about their accuracy. Now Convoy has already taken some damage from the fight, but we're not doing as well as I would have liked, to be honest. I did hope to kill him off before the enemy got too close, but between him moving away all the time, which isn't helping us, and the fact that I have to land before I can actually do anything, it's just like, ugh, frustrating. It was enough though that, seeing that his opponent is trying to retreat from the battlefield, that I allowed Aucassin to summon in some zombies, initially to try and pin Convoy in place. But as the Demigryphs charge in, I saw an opportunity really for me to use them to try and hold the Demigryphs in place as we get Malabad out of there. Now to be honest, fighting a unit of Demigryphs is quite an easy target for him for the most part, but fighting two units, like he's nearly about to, is not. Luckily though, we've used our ability Unyielding Will, which if I stop a second, or at least slow things down a minute, nope, that's speeding things up, I'm trying to get the controls right, but you can see on the tooltip what Unyielding Will does. Gives him extra melee defense, gives him perfect vigor for the duration of the ability, but also allows him to do an explosion. I don't know if that explosion actually does any damage, but it does push the enemy back usually, allowing you to be able to get him out of there. We're also using Foe Seeker to increase the speed even more, so I'm hoping that we were able to outmaneuver the demigryphs, but while we're on the ground, doesn't really look like this happening. But the zombies are doing their job, and not only that, but I've got them to be joined by a White King, summoned in by Horselover using his personal skills. Now what I didn't realise when I was fighting the battle, but I thought was quite cool looking back, is actually seeing that they've summoned the White King on horseback like you would if you recruit him. That was pretty cool. So he's swinging away with his lance, but between the zombies and him, we're able to keep the enemy back enough that Malabad's able to retreat. Now these knights were just about to charge in and attack him, but we're able to get up in the air just in time. Now, while we're doing that, I've kept Horselover nearby, although, oh yeah, here's the Templehof Luminarch. I like the red, that looks quite cool. But anyway, with Horselover, I've summoned in another unit of zombies. What I decided to do, and then when I realised, right, we're not going to obviously fight them with just the two characters, is I figured I'll pin a lot of the enemy in place, or at least as many of them as I can. Between the zombies, but mainly the White King, it's going to take a while for them to suddenly come away from the battle, and you can see even more troops charging in, like these units of swordsmen and the captain. So while my units here are going to die, it's keeping them distracted quite nicely, meaning that as the enemy get closer and closer to my lines, the army itself has split it up quite nicely. Now, obviously we have to worry a bit about the cavalry units because they are going to be quite fast moving, and of course we do have the Luminarch who's going to be firing away every so often. In fact, during this battle I don't believe it does that much damage, all in all, but it's definitely something we still need to be aware of. Now, in the meantime though, we just need to wait for the enemy to get closer. The mortars are being fired away by the war wagons. We can't do much about that at this moment. But you can see my trebuchets are firing in, and their target is going after the demigryph knights. Now, luckily, Horselover managed to dodge that shot from the Luminarch. That was close though. I like the fact it does arc through the air when you try to shoot it, a bit like a heat seeker. But yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, trebuchets continue to fire. I am trying to go after the demigryphs, but ultimately I'm not that concerned about them. As long as I use Malabad and Horselover against the unit, they have anti-large capability or just sheer strength of, combat to be able to do a ton of damage to them. So, as the enemy get closer, you can see actually over this side that the Rose Lances are taking some damage from the mortars, but luckily they're not taking that much. And as for Malabad, I'm swinging him across now because over on our left flank, you can see the enemy's bringing in demigryphs and 2 units of knights. Now, my own cavalry can deal with the knights easily enough, but the demigryphs were going to be a lot more of a problem. So I sent Malabad in originally to go and actually fight them. And he does start initially, but they soon start running out as a unit of swordsmen here charge forward in order to get him engaged instead. Now over on the right flank, damn, this game's going a little slow here and there. But over on the right flank here, in fact, I'll slow things down just a moment. Horselover is going after the second demigryph unit, and you can see they are losing decisively against him. I've also decided to help out a little bit by summoning in some skeleton warriors. They're going to charge in from the rear, and while I don't expect them to do that much, ultimately every little bit's going to help. Over here then, we've also got the rusted blades, as well as... Hang on, where's my other unit? Where are my internal infantry? Oh, here, right. I've lost track of them already. So these are going after the other units of Imperial Knights. They're not doing the best of jobs, but we've got some, halberdiers, the disgruntled, charging in. And thanks to Malabad's bonuses from finishing his personal skills, my men-at-arms are very, very good. Not just because of their experience as well. For example, if I click on, say, the Mousillon's mutants here, right? Hover them over here so we can actually access this. Because of Malabad, they've all got this ability, Fanatic Peasantry. Not only does it give them all 11% damage resistance, so that's resistance against all damage, but it makes the unit unbreakable. So once we get them into melee, they will not retreat, they will stand and die for the Black Serpent. which I thought was really, really cool. And it turns out to be very useful in this battle as well. That I didn't have to worry about my troops running away, but their increased stats, I mean, these units are Mousillon mutants. Melee attack 44, melee defense 53. These guys are good. And these are just your basic men-at-arms. Anyway, let's speed things up a little bit. As you can tell though, while I was talking, I'm moving my entire infantry line up, ready to try and engage the enemy. Oh wow, that took a bit of a shock there from the Luminarch, didn't it? And we've got the net coming down. Right. What I ended up doing was actually trying to use these guys to go after the Luminarch. I've got cavalry trying to move here and there, but they're not doing as good a job as I would have liked. It's mainly the infantry that are doing well. So you can see here, for example, the units of Mousillon's mutants going up against spearmen, and these guys are just getting decimated by them. Likewise then you see over here we've already broken one unit in the center. On this side we've got Bolgars as well as the first unit of Mousillon's mutants. And again, between the two of them, they're doing a fantastic job against these halberdiers and swordsmen. Over here then, we've got Malabad going to combat against Convoy. Managed to stick around even now, although he's getting some reinforcements from the demigryphs. Not much I could do about that, but I figured, you know, he should be able to do okay by himself. Now one thing we are using is, if you notice on the tooltip here, the Chalice of Malfleur. This is his own unique magical item that, as you can see, gives damage resistance and increases his hit points. So while we can't use a lot of it, in fact, if we hover over here, you can see we only have limited regeneration, so ultimately that only gives him access to 2 uses that can actually increase his health. But that basically gives him, what, nearly 12,000 damage, health to use. It's really, really good. Now, over on the left flank, you can see the Rose Lancers have finished off their knights, although they've now coming back yet again for round 2. The demigryphs keep coming back, but my disgruntled are capable of dealing them pretty well. So Malabad can continue focusing this time now on the light wizard lord that's leading the main army we're fighting. As we go across the battlefield though, you can see a lot of it's just going in my favour, but the balance bar wasn't enough to prove it. There's a bit of a fight going on over here, around the Luminarch. I managed to... he says it's the Luminarch's actually over there, and I'm completely the wrong thing. But we've got a number of mutants here, as well as the Graveguard, known as the King's Men, and all of this is going to be enough just to get these guys running. We managed to finally get into combat then with the Luminarch as well, using the Disgruntled, and I'm bringing in my other cavalry units. The Rusted Blades and the Eternal Infantry. I actually had them chasing after, cavalry, which has since turned around and come back. And, yeah, I forgot all about them. They chased off a unit as well to the end of the battlefield. But, at least they got here sooner rather than later. Now at this point, the battle is not long left to go. You can see over here, I've got some Rose Lancers going after those mortars, finally trying to deal with them after all this time. And we managed to kill off the enemy lords. This is was it Convoy we defeated just then, or was it the other guy, the wizard? Let me have a quick look. Whatever it is, Malabar did a good job. Oh, it was the wizard, right. Oh, bad luck. But anyway, balance bar now is in my favour. We have defeated the enemy completely, and all I got left to do at this point is just try and chase down as much of the enemy as I can do. So you can see the trebuchet shots are still firing over, trying to do some damage before they get out of range. I'm sending all my cavalry and infantry just chasing down every unit they can get into combat with. And yeah, with that, let's go back to the campaign map. So there we have it, a decisive victory, very few casualties, all in all. I'm quite happy with that. So, next turn we'll be able to go after Ironheart itself. Hopefully most of the garrison will not have a chance to replenish. We've only got a couple of survivors, but still, you never know. But we'll wait and see what happens. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and dominate the captives, get a little bit of extra replenishment back, and see what the rest of the end turn phase gives us. Ah. It looks like I might have overextended slightly with Vlad, as he's now come under attack from 3 armies, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be fighting this battle. Hopefully we pull off a retreat relatively okay. Let's see, game, when you can let me know. That'd be great. Alright, so Marius is still coming. And Volespanker's back already? That was quick. But okay, this fight is much more straightforward. We're going to have to worry about those Hellstorm rocket batteries that Volespanker has brought yet again. And it seems he's managed to stock up on a few war wagons too. But, yeah, let's fight this battle. We'll see how we do. Oh, actually, let's give the Banner of Swiftness to a unit. Out of these, I'm going to give it to our Vargolf. And I'm going to have to remember at the end of this episode, or by the next episode, to actually go through and give all the units names for Vlad and... oh god, who's the other one who hasn't got units named? I think it's William. Yeah, I'm going to have to name those guys at some point. Anyway, for now though, let's just fight the battle. So here we are on the battlefield, guys, as Vlad orders his entire army forward to take the fight to the enemy. Now if you remember, the beginning enemy force we're dealing with has got Hellstorm rocket batteries, which normally are devastating against infantry units. But when you're fighting against someone like Vlad, who can use Vanguard deployments for his entire army, all of a sudden, those rockets aren't such a big deal when you're only this far away from the enemy force. Anyway, if we speed things up a bit, you can see what I've done is use my Khan waves to try and distract a lot of the enemy's fire. Because of their inferior nature, they can do okay at this, but not perfectly. As you can see, this particular unit did take some losses. Now, luckily for me, though, we were able to use the Invocation of Nehek to heal them right back up, and already the Hellstorm rocket battery crew are not looking good. We've already got Khan waves charging in, we've got our Vargeist, we've got the Vargolf over here, although he's going to start making his way over to attack the units of Huntsmen, who, surprisingly, actually keep him busy for quite some time. It was really surprising to see that happen. Now, Glibford Volespanker is still around, and I did try and get Carstein to go after him, but the guy's done a runner. Couldn't believe it, how dare he? Now, because of that, we've also got the crew getting in the way as well, so it's not helping us try to catch up with him. And it's allowing him to try and get 1 or 2 shots in against Vlad, but yeah, it's not looking too good. And not only that, but now the Skeleton Warriors are getting in the way as well. Vlad just can't catch a break. Anyway, needless to say, we've now dealt with the first army, with very few casualties on our side, which is great news. Now, the most annoying thing though, are the, war wagons. I wanted to try and get rid of them, so I sent my flying units, figuring that once we get into melee, we'll be able to do pretty well against them. However, it didn't quite work out for the Pegasus Knights at least, who charge in and already are losing this fight. The Vargeist come in as well to try and help out, but despite the fact we've caught the enemy in position, we're still taking a few casualties. Now, admittedly, this is from other units firing away, like the archers here, as well as Legolas the Elf. But generally, though, we are going to take a few casualties for the Pegasus unit, but it's okay. It's one of those things. Heading back, though, to the main line, we have now engaged with the second army properly. We've got Aragon the Layabout, the Drunkard, if you remember, that looks really, really weird. I mean, just look at him. If I did know better, I'd swear that they might... Well, I don't know better, to be honest. They might have actually used it. Maybe they used the animation for the zombies to represent him being drunk? I'm really not sure. Because, yeah, that's not how a normal human would run. Anyway, everything else is going pretty well. We've got the Graveguard now charging into the enemy's units. We've now finally defeated Volespanker. Yeah, he did a better job against him than William did, but it was surprising how long he actually survived against Vlad in combat. I was pleasantly surprised by him. Definitely means we may want to try out a Halfling campaign in the future. But now we've dealt with him, we're in a position now where you can see we're now going up against Marius Leitolf himself. And I'll be honest, the fight is actually going much easier for Vlad than it was against Volespanker. Now, I don't know why he's shooting with a pistol. That was unexpected. Oh, that was unexpected though. As you saw, I just had a miscast which kind of blew a big gap on my own lines. It didn't do a lot of casualties, but it does debuff the enemy, well, my own troops, like in fact. Slowing things down a minute so you guys can see. This is what happens when you're struck by a miscast surge. 20 seconds of very, very reduced stats. I mean, between the 24 melee attack and melee defense, look what we're dealing with. 6 melee attack, 13 melee defense. I mean, this puts them worse than typical peasants. Ugh. Anyway, let's let things continue. At this point now, I brought the Pegasus Knights back away from the fights with the war wagons just because of how many casualties they took. But it's still going okay. The Vargeists have done a good job over here as well. They've already eliminated one wagon group, and we're just chasing after the second one now, which has only got 2 of them left. Now the archers are going to try and help out here and there, but I've got my cavalry coming now to deal with them. We've got over here Legless the Elf fighting some skeleton warriors. The skeleton warriors aren't going too well against him, but at least they're trying, bless them. Anyway, at this point in the fight, you can see that we've won it easily. With a half over here, we took about 230 casualties, and we'll be able to get some of that back later anyway. I take the opportunity while we're chasing down enemy units to use Vlad, to heal up some of the more damaged units using the invocation of Nehek. And in the meantime, units like the Vargeists and that are just going to be able to go to town, chase down enemy units, get a few kills in here and there, and generally just have a good time. So with the battle now won, it's time for us to head back to the campaign map and continue our invasion of the Empire. Well, Volespanker continues his misfortune as, well, he loses yet another fight and this time gets wounded once again. Marius unfortunately made it off the map before I was able to kill him off. It's unfortunate, but I'm hoping Vlad will still get the defeated trait he'll get, as he would normally do if he was fighting Marius himself. But for the moment... Oh Christ, only 3%. It's not going to be much. It's not even enough to really boost any numbers up. Right, we'll go ahead because it will be useful at least. And we'll get rid of them. Now we just have to see if anyone else is willing to attack. The thing is, I don't know if Albrecht will be able to. In fact, I just noticed he's retreated. Okay. But the thing I'm interested about is Espif. Now it bugs me that she's commanding yet another army, even though we not long defeated her. I think we defeated her the previous turn, did we not? So, yeah. Little miffed that somehow she's leading an army yet again. In fact, here she comes with said army. Oh, she's not coming to attack us. Oh, that's good. So, the Order of New Solent has been destroyed. That's good to see. We've defeated a bunch of lords. Oh, we've got Dread Crusaders. Right. For centuries, Bretonnia knights have been crusading across the world. The burden of undeath would stop the crusading, it is in their blood. Now we get extra campaign movement and weapon strength for our characters. So what we get next? Oh yeah, corrupt the land for extra casualty replenishment. Knightsbane for Vlad, very fitting when you consider his backstory. The Last Tale for Vlad as well, extra 10% speed. Wow. Combine that with his ability for the entire army to deploy in Vanguard. Yeah, we're going to be getting into, well, combat with enemy units so much quicker now. Oh, we did get... Oh. Damn it. I forgot... I didn't realise... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've actually defeated Marius before in the previous campaign. Yeah, we got Frenzy. Not the most ideal of things. But, hey-ho. It'll do. It does give some bonuses after all. Right, so our cool, calm and collected vampire now goes into frenzy when he gets into combat. But anyway, if we go back to Vlad a minute... Oh wow, that casualty replenishment's skyrocketed, hasn't it? Oh yeah, because we're fighting in Avenheim. I forgot we conquered it with William recently. So yeah, no wonder he's back up to full strength. Right, let's go then and attack this army. Kill him off. Theodoric Hasselhoff. There we go. Goodbye. Right, what to do? Not really any of these. Let's just do that. Okay, dead. Executioner. Right. So Averland has now fallen to our attack. We could march on the Moot, just to try and remove Albrecht's army as well as Marius, just in case they get any funny ideas about marching into Sylvania. They have also both gone into force march, so we should have an advantage in the fight. And they're going to only have a crappy garrison as well, okay. Right, William is still replenishing a little bit with the crypt ghouls we've recruited. Okay.
Lord of the Night.
Let's get Marius to first of all fight Vlad. He has got the reinforcements and that coming in, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and use Lightning Strike. Kill off Marius easily. Right, again, I'll just take the leadership this time. Right. Part through this. And we do want William to continue getting the experience, so I'm going to keep Vlad within reinforcements range, and we're going to march back and take Einschatten. Eichschatten? I'm not too sure what that is for a German. Right. I'm going to take the auto resolve in this because we've already fought 2 battles. Oh. Damn it. I was going to say, we've already fought 2 battles, and... oh, we actually got one of my criticals back. It's a shame that when you get the notification about the dead rising again, that you have to look at the unit cards to see which ones have not disappeared to black and white. So we've kept this unit, but not this unit. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and do this then, and reoccupy it. I was reluctant in the past to take it, but we might as well if we're going to conquer the Empire. We can't just leave the Moot alone, can we? You've picked up Knight's Bane as well. Ooh. For defeating Albrecht, we now got extra corruption and extra armor piercing damage for William. That's pretty cool. And if you would like a fun comment to read, check out the last video where Alvareel has left a short story about his battle with Glibfoot Volespanker and, well, the relationship, you could say, he's got with Margaret. It was worth checking out, and thanks mate for writing that. That really did give me a laugh. But now, Vlad, let's get you moving back to Avenheim, I think. Oh, actually, damn it. Right, I just noticed that we've actually got this, a battle marker. So if we click on this now, oh, so it's nothing major, but you know what, I will grab some Wayland Hags, why not? This should make a suitable replacement for the crypt ghouls we've picked up. So that's William now moved, that's Vlad now moved. In fact, Vlad, you know what, just to make, nah, can you get anything else? Oh, yes you can, right. We've already got knights. We've got rid of the wolves, unfortunately. The wolves and the bats tend to be some of the first units to die in auto-resolves. So I'd rather not try and use them. I think, though, what I will try and get... we can recruit the Grey Men. Huh. Okay. Well. What do I want, though? Who's better? These guys got better... armor, but the crypt horrors are better in combat in terms of aggressiveness, and they can regenerate. They've also got armor piercing damage and higher weapon. You know what, we haven't actually used crypt ghouls yet, and since we are doing a more Sylvanian-esque army with Vlad, I think it's more fitting to have crypt horrors than it would be for Grey Men. And so yeah, we'll go ahead and recruit those. Oh, it's going to take 2 turns, right. That's okay, that's okay. Alright, Avenheim, let's go ahead and get you the Brazier, just to start recruiting there. So now you've moved. Vendrick, I'm going to get you moving down towards, Christ, which settlement is this? This is Solent, right. We'll get you marching down here, that way then we can have... oh, actually, I just noticed there's an agent right here. Oh, 26% chance, right. What's that chances? We'll have to wait till next turn. Damn it. Okay, Eustache. Let's have a look. Unfortunately, I can't spot any agents for him to get involved in, but I could just let him continue to attack the walls. Might as well do a ton of damage to the garrison before our troops march in. Now, the Red Duke. I'm actually going to get you to attack Grunberg for now, because I still want Malabad to actually take part in the attack, and he's going to be stuck for a little longer. So we'll go ahead and have you take this out. There we go. Alright, now if we head back over to here, how are we looking? Switch you back to normal stance first of all. Alright. You're in the middle of thing. Okay, what about the garrison here? Right, we should be able to win this. Let's come in and attack. Oh yeah, definitely. Goodbye. Right, occupy this. Now with that, Reikland has essentially fallen to us. The only region they've got left is Altdorf. And once we get Malabad and the Red Duke over there, it's going to be one hell of a battle. In the meantime, we're going to have to let these guys, well, Conroy, just do what he needs to do. He's probably going to either try and do a suicidal attack, or he's going to try and make his way to Altdorf, I imagine. So we'll let him get on with that. And then Nicolette, what to do with you? Commander Bernhard's back here. But there's not really much he can do when he is taking attrition. So if he wants to try and basically leave here, he's going to have to either attack Montfort or try and push through the Knight's Pass. Now, given that we've been busy upgrading the garrison, I don't think he's going to have much of a chance there. But for now, let's move Nicolette down here. Okay, Aiden, you're doing a good job over there. Arnard, you over there, fine. Okay. We got 6,000. Part of me is actually tempted to go for that new army. And given that we've been unlocking... In fact, let me just check. So if we go Bloodlines, I mean, I know we can go for Helmengost or Manfred or Isabella, but we've already got a von Carstein as far as I'm concerned, and who cares about Helmen? Instead, we could go for a Blood Dragon, but we've already got one in the form of the Red Duke. So, Fallen Knights we've already got, although Carrier of Disease, what's that? Your indiscretions about feeding have infected you with a horrid contagion, most commonly scurvy madness. Huh. Interesting. Or we got these guys, Arcane Omnipotence. Ooh, those would be kind of cool to check out, wouldn't they? I've never actually used a Neckarch Vampire Lord. I know they're not the best when it comes to combat. According to the lore, they are vampires after all. But the thing is... Oh, actually, I just noticed the total army upkeep is estimated to increase by 4,798. Yeah, let's leave the army for the moment then. Ignore what I was just talking about. Instead, we've got 17,000 to spend. So is there anything we want to upgrade or anything like that around the place? Massive Oracle, in fact, you can be upgraded. Let's go ahead and give that to you. Gwanzint, let's just improve your defenses. Tap Room, that can go. Okay, Gorsel, we got the Brackish Pond. Let's just go for some more defenses yet again. 5 more turns, we can upgrade it into a tier 3 settlement, which will give it access to walls. Okay, Baston and Montfort. Let's go and give you now, finally, the Dark Iron Pit. Upgrade that. And we'll go ahead and get that as well. Now, with 2,000, any last remaining ones? Bordelot, okay. We've already got that being upgraded. We have to wait for it to become tier 5 before we can upgrade the harbour once more. I think we're just going to get some extra defences. For now. That's pretty much all our money. Now, the long part. Going through all the characters and upgrading them. So for now, let's give you Deadly Blade. Devastating Charge. Oh wow, he's got 68 already. That's without him being on a horse. Wow. Okay. Sure. We'll work on Devastating Charge for you next. Lorraine, you already got your horse. Let's give you now regrowth. Yeah, we'll give you regrowth. Okay, Malabad. What can I give you now, to be honest? I think we'll just continue working on his combat abilities, although I did want to give him Lightning Strike at some point, didn't I? Ooh, too many choices. Lightning Strike is going to be the much more useful one, so sure, we'll go and do that one for you. Okay, Victolos. Let's give you Devastating Charge here as well. William. No, I still want to give you your Hippogriff. Fallen Knights. From what I gather, this would actually be pretty good for his backstory, but instead of that, again, let's just continue working on his combat abilities. We've got Deadly Blades. Let's this time now go for Wound Maker. We'll go for 2 points in that one. Do you actually have a... No, we can't give you any magical items anyway. I think, though, instead of just the Enchanted Shield, I'm going to give you the upgraded... No, we're going to give you Glittering Scales. Why not? Why not, indeed? You can also have a Fiery Wing. Maybe a gift from Vlad. There's only so many wings you can have. And I will give you a Talisman of Protection. He's proven his worth so far in this campaign. I would like to try and keep him alive as much as I can. So, yeah, we'll have that for you. Margaret. Hellsteed. Got... Yep, Zoink. And we'll replenish troops as well, just to help out there. Aldrich. Still waiting on you to get your Lodestone Corpse cards. When did we get that, actually? 16. Oof. Now, I know that Wind of Death is pretty good, but it's also a very expensive spell. Would it be better to go for magical reserves? Yes. Common sense says get the extra magic before we try and cast powerful magic. You can get Transfixing Gaze, that was easy. Vlad's... Ooh. I did say I was going to work on his magical spells. So we've already got Curse of Undeath. Let's go for... I think Gaze and Nagash could be a useful one for him to try and get for the moment. Okay, Natalie, we're going to give you... Already got that. Let's finish off Doom and Darkness. Matthias, we can give you a Hellsteed. Or actually... Ooh. So we can give Matthias... This is the White King, if you remember that I had... Who technically leading the garrison at Knight's Pass. So we could go for Respected Among Men. This one was once respected and feared, even when he was still among the living, giving us bonuses for men-at-arms and criticals. Guardian, which gives us physical resistance to... Oh no, disabled if undead. Oh, that's not as useful. Okay, Black Rail Knight will give him perfect vigor and increased weapon strength. To be honest, I actually think that one's a little fitting. Yeah. I'm going to go for this for my character because, don't forget, like I said, he was basically in charge of the garrison at Knight's Pass. Giving him the Siege Veteran ability, I think, is quite suitable for his character. So, yeah, I'll give you that. Okay, you can have Precise. Oh, and one more point. Let's go increase mobility for the army to go faster. Alright, Vendrick. Yeah, we're going to let you wait there a minute. Alright, Aiden can move there. Commandments. Oh, the moots. Christ, we haven't really got much we can give you here. Don't even get any landmark buildings, so I'm going to let you have snails. You can spread the corruption as well. Oh, Christ, more points? Jesus. We're not out of stuff to now give these guys. Right, let's give you another point in Wind of Death. That should hopefully make the spell a bit cheaper too. Oh yeah, -3. That is cheaper. Alright, Mina. God, so many characters. Alright, let's give you Feather. Alright, you move over there. And then finally, hit the end turn. So, let's go for those quick. And I want to show you what I spied through my little eye during that end turn phase. Over here in Orddorf, they've got a couple of armies, including one army commander, Bernhard Hertwig, who happens to be outside the walls. So if we wanted to, I could attack that army, and we would have to worry about fighting them on the walls. Now, bear in mind though, if I did that, I think it would be a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Anticlimactic? Because this is Orddorf we're talking about, the major capital of Reikland and of the Empire. It feels a bit, anticlimactic if we don't fight them actually on the walls itself. Plus, yeah, I think it would be kind of cool if we could. So yeah, let's actually get Malabad to start marching his way over. We'll force march you, so you can get over there much more quickly. You're already at full strength again. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, as for you, it could be an idea just to stop them recruiting more troops, to just get the Red Duke straight into sieging the place. Yeah. Even if they try to come out and attack us, then we'll be should be okay with the army. I mean, look at that balance bar, even against what we're facing. The only thing I'll be a little miffed about is fighting that dragon, but I think we'll be okay if we did. But like I said, I want to kind of do this proper, so we're going to do something like this. Get a bunch of siege equipment. Next turn then, I know we could attack straight away as well, because we do have Eustache who damaged the walls. But I would like Malabar to join in as well. So you can do that. Eustache, for the moment, there isn't really anyone I can get you to come and attack. It's like the old Total Wars when you can just send in... Oh, hello. Albert von Volkov. Goodbye. You're gonna give me a blood kiss, my friend, and your death is going to do that. Thank you. Perfect. Alright, so you have now moved. Nicolette. Now, Bernhard's been replaced with none other than Volkmar the Grim. And, oh. Wait. Can I attack him? Oh, you're kidding me. I don't know if you can see through the tooltip, but there's a slight bit of red where we're going to be slightly out of range to attack Volkmar. Oh, that sucks. Fine. We're going to march forward anyway. There's no way he can take on my army with what he's got. So, it's just unfortunate we can't catch up to him. No matter. Alright, Aiden, you're moving around here. Soul Weaver, you're moving around here. Now, William and Vlad. I saw during the end turn phase that Stirland is actually very, very weak right now. We've essentially killed off all their armies, so we do have an opportunity, if we want it, to just come up and take Stirland. Now, the thing I'm a little concerned about, just double checking. Yeah, Stirland is actually still at war with Reikland. So it's a little tempting just to let them keep themselves busy up there while we focus instead on Visseland and Solland. But actually, let me just double check. No, none. Okay, so we are just as much stronger than they are as well. Okay. What I might do then is split up the two armies. So we'll grab Vlad, for example, who's still replenishing. Gotcha. But in that case, we can grab William here. Let's have a look. Stirland is needling for that and that. Talabekland has Krugenheim. Okay, we could potentially march on that. And we could even start coming over here then. Not too concerned about Mordheim, but we could take Essen, Nagenhof, and Bakoven. The only thing with Bakoven is that it's all the way up here, which is going to get us closer to factions like Kislev. And, yeah. Now, I'll do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to focus down here first of all. So, let's grab a William, and we'll get you heading towards Steingarts. What I might do is get William to go ahead and colonize the other settlements. And then we'll get Vlad to start marching. I don't know, who would be better to try and march on? Viscelin's got access to a lot of, mortars, right, and they've of course upgraded. I think it'll be a good idea to send both armies after Noel. So, what we could do... Yeah, I'll get Vlad to go after Wissenberg, then dot him back, and then head up to Noel. While he's doing that then, William can take Steingart and Fildorf and colonize them. With our army replenishment, he'll be back up to fighting strength by the time he makes his way up towards Noel, and he will be able to take it then. Yeah, that will work. In the meantime, let's get you, Vendrick, to head over here. Unfortunately, we missed on the opportunity to assassinate that agent. But it's okay, he might get it sooner rather than later. Oh. Judicial Champion of None. Oh, right. So this is a legendary hero brought in, I believe, by Mixu's mod, yet I've not had the pleasure of using him myself. We might have to end up sending Eustache after him. Anyway, we've got 7,000 to spend. What do we want to spend it on? Could do there. Could go ahead and do Aquitane. Quillis could perhaps do with an upgrade. We can go ahead and give you landed estates, just to try and give you a bit of extra income. Alright. Uberswijk or Einhard or Grunberg? Oh, actually. Right, let's get rid of the camp here in Grunberg, because it's got pastures. It's a good idea, really, just to get the fields instead, because we get a bit of extra money from it. We'll get rid of the tap room. We'll keep the defenses. Uberswijk is actually pretty protected right now, and so is Einhard, so let's go ahead and upgrade Grunberg for the moment. Just because they have got an army recruiting here in None, and we don't know what's going to happen with Talabecland. So we'll leave that for now. Oh, you can get Balefire Corpse card. I'm still waiting for the lodestone because this will give us regeneration, which I think is much more useful. So in the meantime, let's give you Curse of Years. I think that could be useful for debuffing the army. Right, you will just continue giving you Gutter Fighter, and yeah, there we go. Ah, damn it. Oh, that was a waste of money. So that small army unknown decided to come out and attack Grunberg because we've left it, exposed and with a weakened garrison. Although that's a cool character name. Elaine Grail Hunter. Well, I don't think I was going to be able to win that fight, to be honest. Oh, they just sacked it. Fine, I'm more than happy if that's just what they want to do. Okay then, let's get through all of these and continue. So, the enemy is unwilling to actually come out to attack us, so we know that if we try and fight this battle, we've got the advantage. I was going to go ahead and take the initiative with Malabad here to go after that army stationed outside the walls. No particular reason really, just why not? So that scared them off, but now we've also got both our armies here. I'll actually keep them as they are. Oh no, better yet, I'll bring him back here. So when we do fight the battle, the two armies will be coming onto the battlefield in the same location. And if we did want to change it, well, we can always do that. Oh, please tell me we can now go after Volkmar with Nicolette. Please, 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 please. Yes! Fantastic news. So, Order Resolve. That's Volkmar defeated. And I think this is actually her first trait that she will be picking up for defeating a legendary lord. So, Mortal Informer, Gravedigger. Yeah, plus 3 melee attack and defense for melee infantry units. It's not exactly the biggest wowee, I will be honest, out of the defeated lord traits, but it's pretty good. Well, it's okay, I guess. Unfortunately, we might have taken a bit of a penalty because we've just attacked, trespassed. That's okay, we'll move you over towards Blackstone Post for now. And we'll sort out something for you. In the meantime, Aiden, move over there. You can just move over here. Okay, Vlad. Now that you're back under control, let's start marching you down towards Wissenberg. What I think I might do is I would like to take Altdorf in this episode. So what I'm going to do, I think, is once we finish this end turn phase, I'm going to skip forward a couple of turns. Oh, hello. Who's this? I don't even know who... Oh, it's Reikland. Skryre. Oh, wait. Why are they here? How are you guys looking anyway? Strength 11. Ooh. Now, admittedly, they're Skaven. I mean, I know we're playing as them as Clan Pestilence, but these are dishonorable rats. I'm still surprised they've managed to get there, to be honest, although it looks like they've taken a fair bit of territory. Like, yeah, they've pushed through all of this way. Huh. Okay, then. I mean... Okay, what do you have here? Skaven slaves. I mean, we could fight them. But we've already got a bunch of enemies right now, and I'd rather avoid that if possible. Right. Yeah, we'll come back and claim it in later. For now, though, we'll just move over here. Can we actually see what they've got as a garrison? No. Well, yeah, because of course we don't know that they're there. Right. Oh, hello. Blood dragons, vampires. Right. I will tell you what, let's actually move you down. And then if we get a good idea of what we're facing in terms of garrison, it might be something to consider. Especially, wait. If we can attack Fort Sol, and we'll actually have a word with Blood Keep. Let me just do that quickly.
Yes. You seek out the Von Casterings.
It might be worth doing it now. I mean, we're not going to get much for it, but it'll at least secure us the rest of the province, because we've already got Karakazgaraz. So again, Blood Keep and Festus Spike will be useful. It's just a shame that there's no unique buildings for Blood Keep. I mean, not even added with the Lost Factions mod, because that would have been quite nice. But, oh yeah, this is something I've been needing to do for quite some time, and I keep forgetting to do so.
Wipe them out.
Yes, that was the plan. I've just been leaving this army to keep laying siege to Paravon this entire time, and I've forgotten all about doing anything about them. I spot to every end turn phase, and it's like, right, I'm going to deal with them this turn, and then I forget. So this time now, they are dead. Or injured, at least. Oof, yeah. If we can take Fildorf and move and attack Fort Sol as well, I would be quite happy to be at war with the Skaven. Alright. Well, we shall see, though. We shall see. Alright, one more turn. What's my chances with you again? 51. Only 3% chance of being wounded. Yeah, I'll take the chance. Fleshcom, success. Wow, you did do pretty well. Okay, Gisela will upgrade you to level 3. Alright. Zulfbar we can also upgrade. Don't forget, I was trying to use Zulfbar as a military recruitment zone. We just haven't been able to build much in the way of other recruitment buildings outside. Well, in the province we can. Just not actually in the settlement itself. Alright, damaged buildings. You know what? I'm not going to care about Grunberg. If it gets damaged, it gets damaged. I did say though I wanted to disband that, so we will do that. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the time. And I'm thinking, no, I think what we'll do with Altdorf is I'm going to fight the battle next episode. We'll start things off with the Siege of Altdorf and see how it goes. I think, given what we'll be facing in the garrison, I think it will be pretty cool. But we'll fight that, like I said, at the beginning of the next episode. Instead, we'll just continue going through with everything else. Right, you have been going for the Thunderbolt. We'll go and give you that. Nicolette, we can now give you the Gown of Tears. Woven by Nicolette herself, The gown of tears is a long-fitted black dress studded with moonstones that sparkle in the light. Said to be made from the hair of the children she's abducted, is reinforced by dark sorcery. So not only does it give a bunch of defensive bonuses, it also reduces public order, and has a passive ability. -9 melee defense and -4 leadership for enemies within 30 meters. That seems pretty decent. I'll go ahead and grab that. Now we can also give her a Pegasus, but I'm kind of saving up for us to get our hands on the Coven Throne. I think that'd be really cool to give her. So we'll leave it for the moment. Let's grab Ancient Cunning. Because our next level up... Oh no, actually. We'll go ahead and get Gown of Tears. I'll give you Raised Dead. And then we can work on Evasion and start the rest of the magic. That would be better. There we go. So to start things off, we'll get news that the Grand Principality of Ostland has been obliterated from the map. Pavon is yet again under siege. We failed a mission that I didn't care about. And that was it. So, let's go back to Pavon, see if we can actually kill off this Necromancer this time. We kinda did, but it looks like they managed to raise the dead on these two units, so they may be still alive a little longer. Yep, still alive. Oh well, we are trying. It's just taking longer and longer to expect. In fact, let's grab Nicolette. I'm gonna get her down here to try and help things out a bit. Because it's getting a little ridiculous right now that we haven't been able to kill off this small, tiny army because of them being able to raise the dead again. So, that's you done. Let's move you down here now. So Weaver, sure, you can hang around here. Right. Over to here. Now, during the end turn phase... Ah, yeah, here it is. Lord Squolk is actually leading an army. So, yeah, Clan Skryre's strength is higher in the area than I expected. So, I'm still tempted to take it, but for the moment, I think we'll leave it. Like I said, we'll focus on Visland and march up then to Stirland. Take all of that. We can then come down, I think, unless... We'll have William and Vlad take out Clan Skryre's presence here. Take the area, push down to Fort Sol, and then, yeah, we'll deal then with Blood Keep. Yeah, I'm liking that plan much, much more. I just don't want the idea of Skaven hanging around in my territory, you know? But, if we grab you and you, we're gonna get, let's see, let's bring you here first of all, Vlad, and then let's declare war. They could potentially bring in the Man-Blight tribe, but we could also... Let's do things diplomatically. Let's have a look to see if we can get... I think it was the Kindreds of Orion? Yeah, these guys are currently at war with them. So if we say, join us in... We will join in their war against the Clan Skryre. It's a shame we can't do much more about it than that. But we'll do that, except... Okay, so now we're at war. We'll attack Lord Squolk. We can kill him off then. Very easily. Goodbye. Alright. Not much we can get out of this, though. We'll just go ahead and dominate the captives. Okay, potion of toughness. Okay, that's useful. Especially if we continue the campaign fight against him in the future. And, okay, we don't get pick up much. I just noticed the marker there and I thought we'll have a look. Alright, so we do have Caracas here. Right, let's go after them. We'll bring Vlad down here. Sorry, William down here. He'll be the reinforcement in this fight. We'll get Vendrick then to search the ruins. I know that there's an enemy here, but this will give me an opportunity to see what we're dealing with. In fact, nothing really for us to worry about. Okay. We'll go and get Yoon and Vlad. In fact, stop a sec. Just attack the settlement itself.
Bring them death!
Yeah, that's much easier. We'll do that. Alright, let's go ahead and occupy it. Okay, I was hoping that we would have killed that second army, but it's okay, it's okay. Now the army will get a chance to replenish. Did we get anything for raised dead? No. Alright, these guys are going to take some more casualties. Now what we'll do then is send one of them down to Fort Sol, the other one over to Steingart, take that, and then that will be this part of the Empire sorted out. We can then swing up here and then go after Dottenbach and Wissenberg, and then head up to Nuln afterwards. And then we can sort of swing back around to go after Stirland. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Now if we go back to the Red Duke, how are we doing over here? They have started taking attrition, right. I'm going to build another bunch of siege towers, just because I want to do this properly. I just have this image for our fight of a fleet, I don't know, what do you call a collective group of siege equipment? I don't know. But I would, oh, actually, 34% strength, okay. I assume though that there isn't going to be any holes in the wall, because it would have said. But I just have this image of a bunch of siege towers heading towards the walls, opening up and sending off a horde of skeleton warriors. And that's what I want to have, goddammit. So we're going to get some more siege towers. This will give us 6 altogether. I know it's going to weaken the garrison some more, but still, that's what I want to do to start things off, and by God, that's what I'm going to get. So I'll skip forward a turn after this next one, just to be in position ready for us to do it next time. And yeah, that's what we'll start things off in the next episode. Right, who's next? Malabad's quite happy here. Fact, why don't we just go ahead? We won't actually gain anything from doing this. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'll leave you there for the minute. Settlement upgrade? Sure, we'll upgrade Karak Asgaraz. Now, like I said, I could confederate with Bloodkeep, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take it by force. 1, I think that's quite fitting for Blood Dragons, that they will sort of lay claim to the enemy's, what's the word I'm looking for? Not man-at-arms. Yeah, like their cohort. Like, not only do I think it's more fitting for 2 Blood Dragons to duel one another, but Valak I don't think is a legendary lord in the sense that he'll have anything unique, at least from what I remember last time. I saw his stat sheets. If we defeat him and he joins us, we will be free then to designate the points where we want them to go, whereas if we confederate with him, as we saw with some of our other characters, we will be able to choose what he has. So if the AI is giving him some crap stuff, that is what he will have. And I would like to avoid that if possible. So, yeah. Einschatten, sure, you can be upgraded too. Damage building, I'll go ahead and actually repair it this time. Might as well, I guess. Bernhoff, what can we give you now? Finish off Devastating Charge for you, I think. William, oh, we can now give you the personal skills. Okay, so it does lock one or the other, right. So this one, if you remember, basically works along the lines of him becoming essentially undead. So we can work up then to Emerge in Terror. Or we can go for this one, which keeps him alive, but does give him a bunch of bonuses, including things like ward saves for peasant units, and eventually finishes with him becoming essentially a bloody Grail Knight. And for what I remember, the backstory for William, based on what Bacala suggested, I do think this one will be the best for him. So we will go for Benevolent Overlord and the Hero of the Common Folk. So it does mean that while we don't have many men-at-arms, they will provide some good bonuses. It might be worth actually swapping them out in the future, maybe getting a couple more. I'm not too sure yet. We'll think about it. Let's see, Margaret. Getting Safeguard. That would be funny. Let's give you, though, Smoke again mirrors just to increase our speed a little bit when we cast spells. Okay, Aldrich, 2 more levels. 2 more levels. We'll go ahead and give you another level on Curse of... Nah, let's actually give you Wind of Death, just so we can have a go at casting it. Vlad. Alright, just a 1 point. We need to do 1 more point anyway if we want to get evasion. So I think given a debuff... Well, using up Van Hell's Dance Macabre will be better. We'll give you the Hellsteed. And... I suppose we can give you the Hunger. But she hasn't really needed to do so. She hasn't really fought in combat. I think we'll go for Invasion so we can work on getting the Purple Sun and that for her. Flo will give you... Stalker. Now we can work down this part of the tree. Opportunistic, counterattack, survivalist, or leadership. I think we'll give her counterattacks just to increase her combat abilities some more. Okay, Eustache, you've got 2 more turns. Now, where did I spot another agent? There we go. He's just out of range this turn, but hopefully you'll be able to track him down in the following turn. And I did want to have a look on here, actually. Just to see what we can get. So we could go for the Writer's Strength, get our hands on some more Blood Knights, but the character that can use them most effectively will be Vlad, and we'll have to march all the way across the map to his army for them to do this. Luckily it's not too far when you consider that we're now in none, but I think we'll pass for that. Oh, we need to get this one before we can get the Diplomatic. Right. And Right of Willpower, we just need a Witch House to gain this ability, including Moore's Mist. Okay. Save up for a bit longer then, I guess. Oh. Never mind. As much as I wanted to try and start the next episode with the Siege of Altdorf, we're going to have to do this battle instead. Now, doing as you... yeah, I'll probably keep it in the video, to be honest, because it's fairly important. We've basically had, reinforcements from Clan Skryre coming up, including Ikit Claw himself. Now, most of the army is not that impressive. I mean, he's got a bunch of characters. He does have Storm Vermin and Clan Rats and that. But the thing I'm a little bit more concerned about is these, the Warp Fire Throwers and the Rattling Guns. And I don't know. I can't see what level he is on this. Does he have Storm Demon? That could be annoying. Upgraded Brass Orb. Okay, that's going to be frustrating to deal with. Okay, Death Frenzy. Those are just the spells. It's not that high tier. I was just wanting to see if he actually had the ability to basically drop bombs down on the army. I hope he doesn't. But, oh. I've never been on the receiving end of a Warpstone Doom Rocket. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's leave things here for today. So, thank you for watching today's one. I hope you enjoyed, and you do join me next time for some more Warhammer. But until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.